welcome back to my channel. This is me, Lilitha Star. Growler and Loki have both come to say hello, despite the fact that they were leaving me alone until I actually heard my voice start talking to someone, and now they are like, no, she belongs to us. So, we have another pagan video for you all, guys. I do apologise, but I have received quite a few requests for videos, explanations of what's going on, and all that kind of thing. So, someone asked about the Wheel of the Year, how I choose to celebrate it compared to a lot of the way other people choose to celebrate it. Now, I do follow the Wheel of the Year in the typical sense of the Wiccan sense because it's the easiest way for me to keep track of everything. There is a lot of blots for the pagan, the Norse family. There are different holy days for the Kemetic family. There are different days for all sorts of different gods throughout the entire world. So that's very specific to you. Now Loki, I'm very lucky, doesn't really have a day. I suppose his day is considered Sunday in the week. So that's his day every week. And Growler. And so I don't really have a specific day for Loki. I need to research that some more. But obviously the way I choose to do the year in a day, again, it tends to be years in a day stuff. So it starts on Samhain. Everything starts with an ending. All endings are beginnings, basically. So Samhain is the start of the year, it is the death of the year, and that is where it all starts. And it's also my favourite holiday of the year. Spooky, scary skeletons and all the creepy stuff comes out to play. I'm a real fan of Halloween. I'm really sad that it's not such a big thing in the UK and it only seems to really be big over in America, which is sad considering it's a Gaelic tradition. Hello. So it starts with Samhain. The next one after that is obviously Yule, which is the high point of the year, or other names for Yule if you are in different celebrations. There is obviously just the winter solstice is the Gaelic one. Yule is, can't remember, I did research this a while ago, but it's not what everyone thinks. It's not like the pagan version of it. It's just the word that goes by for the pagan one. Winter solstice. There is Saturnalia, but that's actually an entire week. And obviously there's Yule. So I choose to celebrate it as a mix between Yule and Saturnalia. So for the entire week, I will leave offerings, I will try and celebrate the death of the year, the fact that light is going to slowly start coming back from today, so the birth of the year technically. And so Yule, the day of Yule is I cook up a feast for my friends and family who, some are practitioners and some are not, but they are considered family. They come over, we have food. Everybody has to bring an item of food or drink that is part of the celebration of Yule. Like, even if you aren't pagan and I invite you to the Yule celebration, I would expect you to bring something, simply because it is the community aspect of it. Even if you don't believe, the idea behind this particular celebration, the way I like to celebrate it, is that the community used to come together on this day and they shared whatever the last of the fresh food that they had. And if anybody needed anything, they'd make it known and the community would work together to help each other out. And that's why you have to bring something. So even if you aren't pagan, or Christian for that matter, and you still want to celebrate Christmas or Yule, you can think of it like that. So have a get together, but everybody has to bring some food or drink. It can be alcohol, oh sorry Growler, it can be dessert, but that's the way I celebrate Yule. And then we move to Imbolg. I'm terrible with pronunciation, which is also known as Candlemas. This is on February the 1st to the 2nd every year. I have to admit, I am very terrible with this one. I kind of always seem to end up letting it slide. It's not a big one to my practice. It's kind of one of the smaller ones that I try and light a candle on the day, so I can't really say if I should do anything really. Ostara is, again, Easter. Now, some people say Druids didn't practice this. Some people say they did. Some people say it's a Germanic one, due to Estara or Eostara, who was a goddess of the time, and that is where spring comes from and all that kind of thing. That's the most recent one. It was on March the 21st. I try definitely for this one to have a get together, to have everybody together. Just, it doesn't necessarily mean I do anything. So this year, for example, I made my hot foot powder with my my clan, and we had a meal and we played games. We did play games, didn't we? I'm sure we did. God, my brain is going weird. It's been a very, very strange month for everybody. And then the next big one is Beltane, which is May Day, May 1st. I really like Beltane, probably because Beltane is on my birthday, or near my birthday. And it is a really big fire celebration. I love to do the... Oh, you're getting all jumpy. I love to do the dressing up. So I've got my flower crown, which is on my altar. In fact, I'm going to put it on now. Yeah. Go around wearing flower crowns, looking pretty, being nice. And I really like Beltane for that. It's just a day to go and spend out in spring and nature. And I'm kind of upset that this year I won't be able to go on my walk. That I go over to a place and have a walk around, go be in nature, and it's all really nice. But unfortunately, with this lockdown, I don't know if I'm going to get to do that, so that's kind of sad, but that's how I tend to celebrate Beltane. The next one after Beltane is Lammas? No, wait, sorry. I call it Summer Solstice. There are lots of names for it. I can't remember. I always call it Summer Solstice because I can never remember. I get Lugnasa and Lammas mixed up, which are the next two festivals in the Wheel of the Year. And one of them is the Summer Solstice and the other one is the first harvest. I think Lugnasa is the first harvest, but there's Summer Solstice, which I try and get all my clan together. We have a fire. We set a fire up in my garden and we clean away everything. We use it as we offer up things that we no longer need to help fuel the sun. Like, obviously we know the sun is fueling itself. I just realised something. Anyway, and then there's Lugnasa, which is, I believe I got it right. I don't have my phone to hand because it's filming. And that is where is the bread festival. So I tend to make a loaf of bread. I don't follow this one too much. It's like the four main ones for me are Samhain, Yule, Beltane, and Summer Solstice. And the other ones kind of sometimes fall by the wayside. But Lugnasa is I'll bake some bread or cakes or something, and it's another fire festival. It's the first harvest. And then there's Mabon, which is the second harvest, and that one tends to be the start between Lugnasa and Samhain. So start bringing in leaves, decorating my altar in reds and all that kind of thing. It's where you start to feel the world die around you, not in a bad way, because death isn't the end, it's a rest state. But again, Mabon isn't a big one for me. I also don't, there is a couple of blots throughout the year that which is the Norse holidays and stuff. I have yet to do more research on those because I am still very tentative about the Norse gods. Odin, I'm not as afraid of as I used to be. Thor is still a thing, it's still a big issue. Freya, again, I'm uncomfortable with her. I'm going to try and address that issue because I think that's where shadow work's going to come in on there. But blots are for the gods of the Norse mythology, and Loki doesn't have one that we're aware of, so that's why Sunday tends to be Loki's day. And obviously you've got the full moons, you've got the new moons. They are both incredibly important. Hence why one of my videos I'm wearing a head wrap, because it's full moon and I'm doing a video recording. So I hope that gives you a little idea of what celebrations we do. Obviously you can get a lot more in-depth videos about each individual one, but that's just the celebrations, the way I celebrate them. And as long as I don't miss one of the big four, I'm kind of okay with letting the other ones slide. Samhain, Yule, Summer Solstice and Beltane all have to be done for me personally. Other people may be like, oh no, I prefer Imbolc, I really like Candlemas, I really like Lugnasa, I really like Mabon, and that's completely fine. That's your path. But as long as, for me, for my path, as long as the four are there, I'm happy. So from Growler and I, because Loki's run off, we're going to say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully we're going to not do so many pagan related videos very soon. Take care, have fun, and goodbye.